You know, Scotty. Ow. I hit my tooth on my microphone, Scotty. That's probably complaint number one.
Let's get a dentist in here. Wowzer.
My God. But do you really think that Back in Black is a Halloween song?
Doesn't seem like it should be a Halloween. Like, what about it made it Halloween to you, Scotty?
What about it said, hey, this is a Halloween song? Everybody knows Back in Black as a Halloween song. I'm just going to stare at your booth. Our producer behind the glass right there, Scotty. What?
Oh, my God. He just says no, but he's pointing at his newsboy cap he's wearing.
Oh, and it's a very good...
Do you think that Brian Scott is dressed as a newsie?
You said Brian Scott.
Newsies? You
literally combined Bon Scott and Brian Johnson.
Oh, that's when it's an AC/DC Gundam.
Oh, we've learned so much about Gundams lately right here on 108.9 The Hawk.
What is his goddamn name? What is his name?
Goddamn name.
And Brian Wilson from the Beach Boys.
No, it's not.
No. Interesting. That was my favorite part of that Brian Wilson movie is when he wrote Back in Black. Sitting in a sandbox.
Like,
just
Brian,
making castles.
you got to get out of the sandbox.
You got to get out of the goddamn
And he's
sandbox.
like, have you heard this one? It's bam, 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 bam.
And then Mike Love is like, yeah, I heard it, and I'll steal it, you motherfucker.
Mike Love's like, I'm not into this whatsoever, but I'll tell you what I'm into, everybody. Spooky, scary. Spooky, scary. It is Halloween. We're doing hands. I don't know if that's scary.
Dancing skeletons.
Well, mine are my hands. You call your hands whatever you want to, Jeff.
As you know, on Channel 8, when it gets to spooky season, we have that graphic of just the dancing skeletons that they put up once every hour, and it lasts for 59 minutes.
Oh.
And you're like, you gotta shorten this.
Like, maybe we're getting something better in the next hour, but nope, that's just a spooky skeleton. I'm like, I'm supposed to be watching 90210 right now, and it's just...
Baywatch Nights is on, it's just going...
Channel 8.
And it just says, hold on, jerk face. Like,
Channel 8, we love you, but you gotta get your shit together. We love you, Channel 8. Now, whenever you talk about Channel 8, you got to fire it. That's the law. That's the law.
Speaking of on Channel 8, coming up on Shocktoberfest, Phantasm 7.
Oh, that's the best one.
It's the one where they use an AI Angus Scrim.
Yep.
And he comes in, and it is real messed up looking.
You thought Angus Scrim, the old man from the movie Phantasm, was scary as a human being. You see him as an AI.
He keeps saying child, and you're like, it doesn't seem right. He's supposed to be saying boy.
Trained this a little bit.
Did Gemini do this script for it?
Oh, what a scary movie. Scared the shit out of me every time.
Probably filmmakers are getting scared, though, because they're quaking in their boots because of what AI's making in movies. From all the things I've seen on the twits.
Oh, have you seen it on the twits and the TikToks, how good it looks?
My God, that Darth Maul versus Darth Vader, that looks like they're jerking off with a lightsaber.
The best. Daddy, put it on the website. I want everybody to see that.
Put it on the website, because George Lucas is shaking in his boots.
He's just shaking in his denim
Liberals
boots.
are shaking in their boots. George Lucas shaking in his boots. He's sitting there going, maybe I can shove this in New Hope, too.
And I tell you what, I'm shaking in my boots because it is Halloween right here on the Geoff and Whisp Show and all day on 108.9 The Hawk. And my God, we've got some breaking news for you.
Oh, my goodness.
Get ready.
Is this all the news we can use?
All the news you can use, or the news you can lose. It's news time on 108.9 The Hawk. Now, you may remember everybody that got stabbed last Halloween in Val Verdians. Now, it was a horrible time. It was a horrible thing. But I do remember it. We talked about it. We had Chief Pizzola right here on the air with us last year.
Best chief of police in town.
Best chief of police. Give him the award.
Give him the award for best chief police.
Best ACAB.
E.
But the B stands for best.
All cops are bastards except Chief Pizzola. And sometimes the bastards is best, so all cops are best.
So all
You put that in parentheses.
All Chiefs are best.
All Chiefs are best.
There we go. We figured it out. All Chiefs are best. Chief Fazzola, you tried so hard and you did it this morning. The Val Verde stabber was finally caught this morning. And it was the person we thought it was. It was the guy that ran the truck nut warehouse. So if you have a new truck, let's say you just bought yourself a big ass truck down at Tuzzard Motors on the 4 motor mile down there.
Big and stupid.
Big and stupid. That is their motto at Tuzzard Motors.
Stupid trucks.
You
thought you
want a big and stupid truck? You come down to Tuzzard Motors.
You thought you saw gas guzzlers? Here's a real guzzler of gas at Tuzzard Motors.
This truck's gonna suck it all. And that's what they say in the commercial down at Tuzzard Motors. But if you got a new truck from Tuzzard Motors, you're going to have to go down to Charlottesburg's Truck Nut Palace to get truck nuts, because you can't get them here in Val Verde no more.
Because he's a goddamn murderer.
He's a goddamn murderer.
It only took the entire year, but you can't rush justice.
You can't rush justice.
Reminder, of course, on Channel 8, Justice Rush, a new show starring Chuck
AI
Norris.
Rush Limbaugh.
And AI Rush Limbaugh. It's Chuck Norris and AI Rush Limbaugh, and they just sit around reading Reader's Digest together.
Oh my God, it's the best.
It's nothing you think the show's
and then out of nowhere, Darth Maul
jerking off with a lightsaber.
Come on, jerking off together behind
Triple
him. You're
jerk
just like,
off.
AI's doing great these days.
They're quaking in their boots.
Oh, we got a lot of questions for you this morning on the Geoff and Whisp Show Halloween edition. Like, Jeff, did you know that Halloween was invented in Val Verde?
Get the funk out.
That's what it says here.
Or was that Nuno Betancourt saying "get the funk out"? Who knows?
Oh, no, it wasn't. That happens sometimes. And
it happens. Sometimes Nuno wanders in. He's just like, "Get the funk out," and then some arpeggiated solo.
And then Danny Elfman's at the Verde Dome tonight with his really creepy show. I don't know if you've seen videos of that, but it's like, please, just keep doing the Batman song.
Just over and over. You want the Batman song, and instead he's like, I'm going to get another tattoo on stage.
Cruelly. It's like, you are not Trent Reznor's.
You aren't Trent Reznor's. You're not the Nails.
He's like, I'm happy. And it's like, you're not.
Tell us what happened to Jennifer
tats.
Jason Leigh, your wife, and stop getting tattoos, please.
He's not married to Jennifer Jason Leigh.
Is he not?
Incorrect. He is not. He's married to the one from Singles.
Bridget Fonda.
Bridget Fonda.
I've always had Fonda Lee blindness, where I just see the two of them as the same person.
You and I watch
That's
Singles
a medical
together,
condition. Dr. Jimmy told me this one.
Who? Dr. Jimmy. If you want the best
Jimmy.
in all doctors, but not a real doctor, head on down to Dr. Jimmy's.
But if you're watching Singles, you're like, God, Jennifer Jason Lee's great in this movie.
And you're like, she's doing really good in this movie. No. And then also, we got to say, Edgar Winter's coming up in the next hour. He's dressed as Frankenstein, but he refuses to play it, even though his rig's set up right here in the side of the studio.
And I got to say, breaking news about Edgar Winter. If you could throw up that breaking news.
Is this breaking news? Okay, here we go.
All the news you can use, or the news you could lose. It's news time on 108.9 The Hawk.
Hey, breaking news on 108.9 The Hawk. Edgar Winter not dead. We're all shocked.
What?
Can you believe it? I assumed it was his corpse performing, but apparently alive and well.
I thought it was real Frankenstein, because I have seen real Frankenstein before.
Sure.
I was good best friends with Mary Shelley's great-great-grandson.
Oh, my God.
Tony Shelley.
I thought it was Stephen Shelley from Sonic Youth.
That was the dad.
Oh, the dad. Because that makes
all
sense.
Of that. It all makes perfect sense when you talk about it.
But was he also in the punk band The Crucifix? I'm not sure.
He was in the Crucifix. He was in the Crucifix.
The Crucifix, all their songs are about good old Frankenstein.
Good old Frankenstein. Yep. And then I was having lunch with him down at Seabird's Burritos in Val Verde Bay.
Oh, my God.
And he said, Wisp, did you know that Frankenstein's monster is real?
Oh, my God.
And I said, bring it on. Bring it on, Shelley.
Wow.
And then he took me to his grandma's house.
My God.
And there he was, just sitting on the couch. Funnily enough, playing an Edgar Winter song on his guitar. That's why I was so confused this morning, Scotty. I was like, you brought the real one in. Thank God it is Halloween. We should have this.
He was probably taking a break from packing up Shelley's Jellies, which is, of course, the most wonderful Halloween-based and Frankenstein-based jellies that are packed exclusively by Frankenstein's monster.
And as all of you know, they are ghoulishly delicious.
We do all know that. Thank you
we all
for
know that.
reminding
We've seen the commercial. We've seen the fucking
We've
commercial.
Seen the goddamn
hey, now you may be going out there with your little ones tonight to trick or treat, and good luck, because the stabber's off the streets. Number one, you're going to have a great time. Nothing is going to
you don't need good luck for that.
You don't need good luck for that. I'm just saying, as a parent, I know, I have a daughter. It's very tough to do these things. It wears you down. It wears you thin. It wears you loose. You know what I mean.
Just like thin and loose clothing, which is a great
down there on Hog
store
Street.
that opened.
Head on down there. Thinnest, loosest clothing on Hog Street.
If you're like freak show thin, but you
They're
like
ghoulishly thin.
Ghoulishly thin. And Shelley's Jellies is very upset that they stole their tagline.
God, every time you say Shelley's Jellies, we're going to talk about all our favorite Shelley's Jellies coming up here.
Oh, of course we are.
Because they are delicious, ghoulishly delicious. But sometimes you hit one and it's like those Harry Potter candies.
Oh, yeah.
The J.K. Rowling, what a great woman.
What a wonderful
J.K. Rowling.
No problem with her.
No problem with her whatsoever.
Doesn't keep digging
that's
her
a woman. That's a woman, right, J.K.? Just kidding, Rowling.
Jeez.
Jesus. Shelley's Jellies.
Not to get political.
Not to get political, because we do not do that on the Geoff and Whisp Show. But we do give you warnings.
We do.
Every day on the show. You get at least 15 warnings on every episode of the Geoff and Whisp Show.
Just in case. They're just in case warnings.
Yeah, just in case.
Most of the time, it's just us talking about Shelley's Jellies. But if the warning comes up, you know what's coming.
Oh, my God. And one thing about Halloween that if you want, kids are going to be going out tonight, Geoff. They're going to be going out. They're going to be getting the candies. They're going to be getting the broken.
Pennies.
Oh, God, the pennies.
God. Yeah, God bless anyone giving out pennies. Just make that bag goddamn heavy.
Please, just give me a bag with one Zagnut in it.
One Zagnut.
And 423 pennies.
Stale as all hell.
Stale as all, because I'm sucking on these pennies. I'm sucking on them, Scotty. Oh, but you know what, kids? You don't need to be sucking on pennies. You're going to get some candies tonight because it's Halloween. And to get safe candies, we've got, Geoff, have you ever heard of Moms for Freedom?
Oh, my God, have I? I donate to them. And I don't
You
even have a
donate
mother.
to Moms for Freedom. Well, then, Geoff, ladies and gentlemen, Jill Jergens, the founder of Moms for Freedom. Jill, it's great to be here. Now, tell us.
Oh my God, it is great for me to be here. Absolutely.
Oh, my God.
It's great for us.
It's great for me. The only thing that would be better is if the real Frankenstein was here, but he's not here. But I will say to you, Jill, talk to me like I'm an idiot. Tell me, what's the mission of Moms for Freedom?
If you can imagine.
Great. Well, it's so simple. The Moms for Freedom love two things. We love freedom and we love keeping kids safe. That's what we try to do year round. That is our number one mission. That is all we want to do.
Freedom. All right.
Freedom.
And
can
keep
stand
kids
behind
safe.
that.
Safety.
Keeping kids safe. I'm not a monster, so of course you must not be monsters if you're just saying.
And Geoff, that's why you're our biggest donator. So thank you. Our biggest donor.
Wow, Geoff.
Even when I wasn't getting a salary, I was giving in them ducats because I
giving them ducats, you were giving them plasmas, and you got to keep safe and you got to keep kids safe and free. And that's the Geoff the Angry Man Garlock motto. It's usually it's tattooed right here on his arm. It says, "You got to keep kids safe and free." And Jill,
and it's a super kerned in cursive.
It's so
really angled, so you can hardly read it. So
can't read.
It's really
any
hard
of
to
it.
tell. I tried to get it on my ribs, and they were just like, "Not enough room. We need
put it on my ribs, please.
Put it on my ribs, please."
That's what I say whenever I go to Rib Hut. I'm just like, put them on my ribs, and that means sauce. But Jill, we're not talking about that. We're talking about kids, safety, and free. How are we going to keep them safe and free tonight?
Well, here's the deal. Year round, number one, we ban books. If a book is on the table, we're going to ban it. That's the number one way.
What book are you banning?
Name a book.
I'm banning The Great Gatsby.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's just because it's bad. Shit,
book.
F. Scott. I know you're listening.
I'm
Drink
banning
more martinis, you drunk fuck. Get out of here.
I'm banning
Great Gatsby.
all of the Little House books.
Oh my God. That's just
Prairie.
teaching women the wrong thing in there.
Absolutely. Like We don't want women adventurers.
What about the TV show? Are you banning that mainly because of Michael Landon's weird friend who appears in it? He's like, oh, the wagon's messed up. And Landon's like, I need you to get away from the kids. He's like, but the wagon's over there. And like, I will bring you back for another show.
Weirdly enough, we're
start a show where I'm an angel and we do a week by week solving of people's problems with a vaguely but surprisingly strong Christian message called Highway to Heaven. He's like, no, I gotta fix the wheel.
Where the wagon's like, no, this is Highway for Heaven now. You don't have to do that. Okay, you're not banning the TV show.
No, the TV show's great.
We
don't ban any TV shows, in fact.
Thank God.
In fact, we
Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman, you're saved. Don't worry about it.
Breaking Bad, safe. We don't ban television shows. We ban books.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with television. I'll tell you that right now. I can tell you that
for the
right
week.
now.
That's what I've said. That's what I said in the last chapter of my book. Through the years, through the tears, reading.
It was a real grift when the readers got to the end of your infinite jest length book.
It was a real fuck you to the reader, and I knew it. I knew it was going to be the last chapter from chapter 1.
You were like the creators of Lost. You knew what the ending was.
I was just like,
you stuck to it. The ending was, I'm going to fuck you all over for this.
You love this beginning. I'm gonna fuck you all over. That's what I said at the beginning. Oh, Jill, I digress. Tell us about the candy.
Thrilled to tell you about candy because that is the #1 most dangerous substance for a child. And the reason is this. Everyone in Val Verde likes to put things in the candy. They want to see the kids unsafe, correct?
Oh, correct. My God. I tell you, when I was getting candy here as a little Wisp Turlington, I always loved to get one of those Snicker bars. You get a little fun-size Snicker.
And that was the first fun-size Snicker when it was actually medicine.
Yes.
Like all candies are. They start as medicine.
Yes. But this was real cocaine.
Like, we should put sugar in this stupid thing. What are we doing?
But this was real cocaine. This was back when cocaine was in the Snicker.
Cocaine was in the Snicker.
I would eat it.
And at that point, that was okay. Listen, at that point, that was legal. That was legal.
Then that was okay.
Kids were free having cocaine Snickers.
They were safe.
The times have changed. Yeah. The times have changed.
Don't you wish we could go back to those times, Jill?
Oh, my God.
To eating Snickers full of cocaine? Of course. Who wouldn't want to do that?
It was great.
But we don't live in that world anymore. Okay, we live in 2024. And here's what people in Val Verde are putting
is that right? Okay.
Here's what people are putting in their candies. They're putting needles.
Needles.
Oh, my God.
They're putting meth.
Meth.
Which is not cocaine. It's a lot worse.
I've heard.
That's the motto of meth. It's not cocaine. It's a lot worse.
You get one of those packages of meth that says, like cocaine, but worse.
In that show, Breaking Bad, that was not banned. I think that's what Walter White would say all the time. He'd be like, it's like cocaine, but worse. And they're like,
and then in Highway to Heaven, he'd be like, I can't fix the wagon. He's like, it's the wrong show. Okay, what else we have in the candy?
They're putting in razor blades.
Hell yes.
Old-timey razor blades. Old-timey. You like that?
Old-timey. That's how I shave.
Just because they're old-timey. That's the way I remember it as a kid.
The more rusted, the better.
Oh, my goodness.
They're putting in shards of glass.
Really?
They're breaking glasses.
Breaking Bad.
They're finding candy. Mounds.
Full circle.
Almond Joy.
What are they? Wait. What are they putting in the mounds?
Shards of glass
in
mounds.
the mounds. So I'm thinking.
You think it's an almond?
Correct me.
Okay. It's not.
I thought it was the dark chocolate that made it burn as it went down.
It's glass.
That's also on the.
It's been glass all this time.
That is what the interesting
part is. Most people think, no. People hiding things in Halloween candy. That was proven to be a myth. A long time ago, just like the satanic panic. But the beauty of Val Verde is we say no to your myths. Welcome to reality.
What's happening here? It's the truth. It's the truth. I don't know what's happening in other cities. I don't know what's happening in New York. You want to hear some more cities?
Oh, I want more cities you don't know about.
You don't know what's in San Francisco, do you?
No idea.
No clue.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on in Albany.
Oh,
I don't know.
God.
I don't know what's going on in Roanoke, Virginia.
Oh, please. The Star City. More like the Stink City.
Exactly.
I don't know what's going on in New Orleans. I don't know. But I know what's going on in Val Verde.
New Orleans is a hell of a town. New Orleans is a hell of a town.
Beignets is what's going on in New Orleans. I'll tell you that.
I was a little Wisp Turlington when I had my first beignet in New Orleans.
And the interesting part about beignets,
I bite into it.
They didn't have sugar.
It was cocaine.
It was cocaine.
It was cocaine all over the beignet.
The original recipe, but it doesn't matter to you because you don't care about other cities.
I was like, Cafe du Monde, thank you.
I've never left Val Verde, and I do not want to go. I don't.
That's always also been the motto for the moms. Is
exactly
if you can't get it in Val Verde, you don't need it. Like
you don't,
because you really are concerned with the kids, but only here. Everyone else, you can go to hell.
Fuck those kids.
Fuck
any other kids. But Val Verde, we're keeping the kids safe.
We're keeping the kids safe and free. We're going to have more with Jill Jergens in just 1 second. But right now, we got to send it to traffic.
108.9 The Hawk traffic with Art Spart.
Wow! Raccoons are back in town. Raccoons are back in town. The racks are back. The racks are back. And if the raccoons are going to fight, you better let them. Or you will get bit. Or be stuck in traffic. Which the famous Val Verde feral raccoons are currently causing on Iommi Way, where there is a traffic convention because of the Raccoon Convention. That's right, the raccoons that usually infest the Val Verde Enormo Dome, causing headaches for anyone trying to go get front row tickets to get smashed in the head by Gallagher 3, are back from their annual migration to Charlottesburg. For months out of the year, they go to the warmer climates during our cold, cold summers here in Val Verde. But the raccoons have now returned, as they do every year during the spooky season. We all know why they leave. It's damn cold in Val Verde. But we don't know why they return. Now, I've always had a theory that it's because raccoons look like they're all wearing little robber masks or hamburglar masks, depending on your religion. And they all see the little kitties wearing masks and they feel back at home. And other people have a theory that they return every year to sample the goods from the Butterfinger delivery truck bringing Halloween treats to Val Verde. That also seems to have an annual migration to the ground as it jackknifes every year on Iommi Way. And other people have a theory that it's the little raccoons who set up this trap for the Butterfinger truck every year, so they can feast on the delicious, crunchy, peanut buttery contents of that Butterfinger truck. So less hamburglar masks and more butterburglar masks. Now either way, it adds up to do not trick or treat this year on Iommi Way. Again, especially if you're a fan of Butterfingers, because those raccoons will come to you toot sweet. That is, of course, before we have another traffic jam as everyone heads over to the Enormo Dome for Gallagher 4. The Gallagher that just hammers you straight in the nuts. That is, of course, if the feral raccoons don't bite them off first. And that's been traffic from the Burt's Funeral Flowers traffic desk. I'm Art Spart on 108.9 The Hawk.
With Burt's Funeral Flowers, with Burt's Funeral Flowers.
I gotta tell you, Jeff, I was out on Iommi Way last Halloween, and I was this close to not having any little wisps down there, if you know what I mean, because I got to get me a Butterfinger.
Oh, I got to get me a Butterfinger.
I have got to get me a Butterfinger. And you know, of course, Iommi Way, that's out by, isn't that really close to?
Where do you think it's close to?
Isn't that really close to? The Pet Cemetery? More Halloween songs for you right here on 108.9 The Hawk. It's the Ramones!
It's me, Frankenstein's monster, here today to tell you about the company I am forced to work for, Shelley's Jellies. Originally created by my creator's creator, Mary Shelley. The ghoulish tradition continues on in Val Verde, with Mary's great-great-great-great-great-great-grandson Scott taking the jelly handles and pulling hard. All your favorite jellies, strawberry, raspberry, blueberry, they're all here and they're ghoulishly delicious. Made in an underground lab and brought to the shelves of Valmart and Food Gulch. But don't take it from me. Listen to this human. You gotta help me. Frankenstein's monster has me locked in the basement of the Shelley house, and he just keeps spooning the shit into my mouth, and it tastes... too bad. I believe he was going to say it tastes ghoulishly delicious. And he would be right. Shelley's Jellies. Get them now, Val Verde.
Don't fear it. Hear it. On 108.9 The Hawk.
If you're like me, you probably hate clothes shopping. Every time you go to the normal stores, they don't have anything that fits you. And then you try to go to a specialty clothing store and you're like, I'm not big or tall. What am I gonna do? Well, what you're gonna do is come on down to the Thin and Loose Clothing Warehouse down on Hogg Street for when you have a different type of body. And we've got you covered down here at the Thin and Loose Clothing Warehouse with every single off-brand, in-between size you could imagine. Because if you're like me, you've got a really thin body, but you like all your clothes to hang off you, like you had a massive sudden weight loss. And if someone had to describe you, they'd be like, Slender Man, but shorter and a little bit more off. And with your clothes, you want to say to the world, I walked into a thrift store and I said, give me whatever you got. Oh, this Garfield t-shirt says one size fits all and it fits nobody? Put it in the cart. So come on down to the Thin and Loose Clothing Warehouse on Hogg Street. They're ill-fitting in all the right places.
The late, great Cliff Burton, one of my best good friends in the entire world. Kiss in the sky for you, Cliff.
Man, who do you think Cliff is up there playing in heaven with right now?
Oh my God. Oh my God. What a question. He's definitely up there in heaven. He's definitely playing with Jimi Hendrix.
Oh my God, everyone. Jimi Hendrix has got to be exhausted in heaven.
Oh, he's like, I don't want to play with you.
They just got like those deli numbers. They just take as huge again to heaven. It's like,
take
Jesus
another one.
Christ, another one. And then half the time they're like, how about you try it right-handed? And he's like, really? He's like, why you make me change?
And you're like, it's heaven. You can do it. There's no limits to heaven. I bet he's playing with John Denver.
Oh, definitely.
Who got really into black metal when he went up there.
Oh, my God.
And as soon as he did that, he went down.
And let's say John Denver into some of the sketchier black metal.
Yeah.
He's actually looking for more National Socialist black metal.
He likes that band. He likes that band where they killed the singer or something and then drank something out of its skull.
Am I saying,
Scotty, is that correct? I'm not an authority. We need to get Robbie Agatakis Dalton in here.
Hey, did somebody call my name?
Hey,
I believe you are
Robbie.
discussing the band Mayhem, and you are merging two stories where their singer Dead killed himself, and then Euronymous took a photo of that suicide and put it on their record, and then much later Euronymous was killed by Varg Vikernes from Burzum, who was also known for the church burnings. Jesus Christ, he really swooped in and he left. I mean... It's
That's
like a black metal bat signal went off for Robbie Agatakis.
That's scarier than the real Frankenstein, who I have met.
Making delicious jellies.
Making delicious jellies, Shelley's jellies. We'll talk all about that coming up here. I got to ask
the cool thing jelly, I got to say, is my favorite. The one that's weirdly based off of the rapping part in Sonic Youth's Cool Thing.
Oh, the cool thing jelly? Oh, my God.
The cool thing jelly. It's like mint jelly and spearmint. But like a little bit more toothpastey. And it raps at you while you're... It's kind of like a later Rush record rapping at you.
I bet you don't like things rapping at you, Jill Jergens.
No, I'm not into it. I also don't like jelly.
Wow.
Sorry. I just prefer preserves.
She's going full out.
Is this a political belief or is this just a personal belief,
Jill?
It is a political belief because I do think everyone on the left prefers spread that contains little to no fruit, and it's just weak.
Wow.
The way that all leftists are.
Snowflake jelly.
Snowflake is jelly. Jelly is snowflake. That's what it is. I prefer preserve.
Oh, because you are also a trad wife. You're an amazing. Your Instagram.
Wait, what does that mean?
Your trad.
What does trad wife mean? Talk to me like I'm an idiot.
Let me tell you what that means. I do not. The only work that I do is Moms for Freedom. Which I do out of, passion, out of my heart. I do not get paid for that work. The money that we earn at Moms for Freedom goes specifically to our mission: keep kids safe, keep kids free. But so Tradwife, what that means is that I wake up every morning and I harvest grain.
Wake up, get out of bed, harvest grain. Keep going.
In my head.
I take that grain, I mill it.
I take the grain downstairs and I mill a bit.
No, I don't take it downstairs. I live on a ranch. I have one level.
Oh, one level. You and your husband, Baloney Jurgens.
No, I'm not married.
Ranch.
Please,
did you break up?
No, that is the thing. You don't know because I follow her account. She is the only single trad wife
in America.
In America, and it's just like she has made up kids in her head that like wake up and say, "Mother, I want a Fruit Loop." And then you're like, well, I'm not going to buy it. I'm going to make my own Fruit Loops. And 8 hours later,
I'm going to make that Fruit Loop.
She makes that Fruit Loop, and she's like, this is how we should do it, is how the ways we used to, while we're also filming it for Instagram and monetizing it.
Exactly. That's how we should live.
I'm learning.
It's just a way. It's a way to go back to a place that, you know, I want to go. I want to go back to a $50,000 stove.
Oh,
that's what
I was going to say 1887.
And you do have that amazing tattoo on your rib cage that says, I want to go back to a $50,000 stove. Hashtag make America great again. And you're like, oh, that's what it meant all this time. Interesting.
So this entire time, 1887.
So when these
1887, that's when it was great.
1887. Shout out to 1887 if anyone who was born in 1887 who's listening right now in Val Verde.
Great musical by Lin-Manuel Miranda. 1887.
1887.
Fantastic.
It's the year 87. Ha! And I'm feeling great, feeling heaven. Ha! It was really good. It was really, and it was about Jimi Hendrix getting upset about playing guitar from all the. Yeah, there we go. It's all full circle. Jill Jergens, what are you cooking for? I imagine you're cooking stuff to give away to the safe and free children of Val Verde tonight when they pop by your ranch.
Well, I'm not going to be at my ranch. I want people to come out. I want them to come. I'm so sorry. Your notes are completely incorrect.
These notes are shit, Scotty.
Shitty notes.
Unbelievable.
Tonight, we're having a very fun, very free, very safe event at the Val Verde First Baptist Church.
Oh, Val Verde First Baptist Church. Come on in.
And we will not be
fun. And the way they yell, we're fun at the end, you're like, that definitely is a fun church.
It's like, they are a fun
They believe it and they are, right? Now, they believe it. And they are. And I have to tell you, we will not be serving any candy because all of the candy, I mean, again, it has bullets. The candy has nails. It has
hollow point cop killers. I heard we're in Butterfingers.
Oh my God, hollow point.
In the Milky Ways, specifically.
Oh, that's in the Milky Way. See, this is why I'm glad you're here.
That makes sense because you don't have that much nougat in a Milky Way. You've got the caramel layer. And that's perfect place to just slip in. Yep. Right here.
X-rays can't pick up caramel through caramel.
I mean, as my good friend Ice-T has said, as my good friend Ice-T has said, cop killer, better you than me.
Yeah.
Cop killer, fuck police brutality.
Of course, not singing about Chief Pizzola. He did put out a new version.
Chief, you did, yeah.
That was actually Cop Lover, and it's just talking about how much he loves Chief Pizzola.
Cop killer, great guy.
Great guy. My God. Cop killer, great guy.
Great guy. Okay, so, God, I mean, I'm just going to roll off some things, and you tell me if they are in candy, Jill.
Great, I'm happy to tell you. I'm going to give you all the information you need.
And you got to tell us which candy, because I'm ready to eat the candy. You're not going to be serving at the Baptist church.
We're going to double team this.
Not serving that candy. You're going to come to the Baptist church, and you are going to read the Bible. That's what we're going to do.
That's a Halloween tradition at First
fun.
Baptist Church.
You're going to read the Bible.
We're fun. Okay, so let's double team this like we are Darth Maul and Darth Vader AIs. Jeff, I go first.
Will not be the first time that I've been double teamed.
Interesting.
Wow, Scotty broke her mic.
I did see that Tradwife video. I believe on your OnlyFans.
Only trads.
Spicy content on Trad.
See, okay, here we go. I go first. Nuclear grade uranium.
Wow.
That's in the Reese's Pieces.
Yum.
Interesting. Borax, which is, of course, a certain type of poison.
Borax, of course, is in the Snickers.
Oh, of course.
Well, Scotty,
mini and full size?
Only the full size.
Only the full size. So that's it. You can't go to those mansions up on the Big 27, which is, of course, our street full of the 27 richest people in Val Verde.
They're giving out
your home is up there, right? Your home is on the Big 27, but on 500 anchors, you've got it in there.
It's a gorgeous lot. We have just a forest surrounding us, so no one can come up to us. And by us, I mean me and my pretend children that I've invented and have created dolls to represent.
What are the names of your pretend children?
Their names are Cindy.
Both of them. Cindy.
Wow.
Like Cindy, which doll's going to answer? Not you, Cindy.
I have two Cindys. Cindy with a Y, Cindy with an I.
Oh, that makes sense.
They're twins.
Easy to track.
I have Liz.
Cindy's and
I
Liz.
have Cindy's, Liz, and Brandon's.
Cindy's, Liz, and Brandon's. That's a real.
Well, let's go,
Brandon.
Brandon.
Song
Helping you
right
out.
there.
That's fantastic.
That's really
They're beautiful imaginary children who eat a soul Fruit Loop that I make using ancient grains.
Of course.
I'm learning so much about the trad world. The trad world. I do have one more thing I want to ask about. Is it in the candy?
Great. I'm here.
Of course, we all know our legendary retired porn star, the biggest porn star to ever come out of Val Verde, Pork Stewart.
Uh-huh.
Are any of his juices?
And let's leave it at that.
Let's leave it at that.
Are you asking if Pork Stewart has come?
Stewart.
We said we're leaving it at that. That's you, Scotty. What are we doing here?
Jill, Jesus.
We're talking. It might be about his fresh juices. He does have a wonderful
saucy trad wives
restaurant.
Well, your mic's off.
So
your mic's on, Scotty. Are you trying to hide her talking? What filthy things were you talking about?
I don't know what she said. What was she saying? What were you saying, Jill?
So Scotty is trying to purposefully cut this very valuable information. Scotty does not want this place to be free. Scotty does not want kids to be safe.
Wow.
Scotty can go fuck himself.
Well, there you heard it first.
That's what you get, Scotty. You're trying to stop her from talking about Pork's juices and him coming into a bag of M&Ms, but I guess we're not going to hear about that because of
Pork has only come once, and he came into a Reese's cup. Somebody ate it.
But one of the big ones that you can get down there in Verde Square, where of course at the Reese's
special,
you fill it with what you want. And Pork went down there, and he's like, "I'm an old man now. I should put my stuff somewhere where it'll be safely kept."
He's like, I don't come as much as I used to, and then it still was like the biggest bucket you've ever seen.
My God. Hey, speaking of big buckets, it's kind of like a mug. And when we say mugs, we mean Jugggg Mug Emporium in Val Verde East. Fine sponsors of the Geoff and Whisp Show. And today you can get 50% off all of their mugs and their Halloween mugs. That's what I mean. Halloween mugs. Check these out, Jill. You tell us if you would buy these mugs, okay?
Okay.
Mug number 1, Trick or Meat. Now, this is just a scarecrow on it, and he's just pointing at his crotch.
Wow.
I would buy that mug.
Boom.
Interesting. Trad wife approved. Fantastic.
Trad wife approved. You go.
What about Good Morning Pumpkin? Hey, boo. Which, of course, don't need to explain, but these are 2 mugs that go together, and they show you are a boring, boring couple. Like they
except on
Halloween. Except on Halloween, you're the best couple.
You're the best.
Is that second mug, is it coming in a speech bubble from a ghost?
No, that's the interesting part.
That's the
it's coming from a Frankenstein.
Yeah, it's a Frankenstein.
Therefore, I would buy that. I would buy that mug.
Okay, next one. My childhood home was converted into a spirit Halloween.
What size is this mug?
It's gigantimous.
It is so big.
It is so big.
I would not buy that mug.
Wow.
I don't like a big mug. I don't like a big mug.
Here's a small one for you. Would you buy Michael Myers Shot First?
I would buy that mug.
Big fan of Star Wars. And
would you buy
Halloween.
this one, Jill Jergens from Moms for Freedom? I just took a DNA test, and it turns out that I'm that murderer you've been looking for. Did you think I was going to say bitch? Well, joke's on you, pal. And it is a picture of Lizzo holding her flute.
I would not buy that mug, and the reason is the mug leaves out a crucial part, which is 100%. If it was 100% that murder,
Juggs, I hope you're listening.
I think that Juggs didn't have the time.
Wow. All right, one more mug.
Right.
One more mug.
One more mug. I'm interested if you would buy this one because I'm still unclear your stance on movies. I've never watched the Terrifier movie series, and I refuse to. Would you buy that mug?
Would you buy that mug?
I would borrow that mug.
Oh, from the
I've never watched
Juggg's borrowing program.
The Juggg's borrowing program.
Yeah.
It is a new program at Juggg's Mug Emporium.
Yep.
You rent a mug. You drink out of it.
You drink.
You don't wash it. And you return it.
You send it back. They could wash it.
They put a sticker on it says "Be kind, don't wash," and they take that to heart as well.
They take it to heart as well. Down at Juggg's Mug Emporium.
Juggg's Mug Emporium. Juggg's Mug Emporium
in Val Verde East. Okay, thank you to when it comes to Juggs. We thank our sponsors here, and we thank you, Jill Jergens. You're going to hang out with us for the next break. We do have to get in and pay some rock and roll bills, if you know what I mean. And what that means is, of course, poison. Alice Cooper. Is that something that's found in candies? Either poison or Alice Cooper. We're not going to hear because Scotty has... Okay, no, now you're back. What did you say?
Alice Cooper is found in Butterfingers.
Oh, wow.
Poison is found in Nerds.
You heard it here first.
CeCe DeVille, you're a nerd.
You're a nerd. Alice Cooper's in the Butterfinger. And poison's in the Nerds. But Alice Cooper's also right here on the Hawk.
Tom Kiefer's Ghost Blowing Creepers! Hi, this is Tom Kiefer. You know me as the singer of Cinderella and from my successful line of leaf blowers and snow blowers. But you've probably been thinking, hey Tom, it's spooky season, and whenever you sing scream, it kind of freaks me out. How can I use that to my advantage for decorating for Halloween? Well, I tell you, Tom Kiefer is nobody's fool when it comes to repurposing my already existing products. That's why I've invented Tom Kiefer's Ghost Blowing Creepers. That's right, one of those giant blowing Halloween decorations for your front lawn. But instead of being a ghosty or a ghoulie, it's a giant replica of me, Tom Kiefer, in tube ghost form. And due to my patented Tom Kiefer blowing technology, I can freak out all the trick-or-treaters at your house, cause it will also be screaming, shake me! Oh, Halloween night! Shake me! So go down to your local True Value hardware store and pick up a Tom Kiefer's Ghost Blowing Creeper! And really freak out your neighbors!
I've got a fever, and the only cure is medicine that is made to fight fevers. Val Verde rocks with 108.9 The Hawk.
Why do I bring my kids to Sharnie's on Halloween? Free fistfuls of whatever they want from any buffet. And my kids have been practicing. I come here on Halloween because I'm alone and I like to people watch. And what better place to people watch than Sharnie's? Most of these animals look like zombies on a regular day. But on Halloween, you put your chair next to the popcorn buffet and you have you a good time. Sharnie's at Halloween is wonderful, and I never have to worry there's a knife in what I'm eating. Unless I'm specifically getting food from the special There's a Knife in Everything buffet. Then that's on me.
Now I eat for free at Sharnie's.
I tell you, would you run with the devil?
You're asking me? Oh, please.
Oh, I'm asking everyone here. Anyone wants to answer.
No.
Oh, she's got her fucking ruler out.
She's got her trad wife school marm ruler.
I have been asking for office supplies in the studio, in the Rock and Roll RV for so long, Scotty, and you give her a fucking ruler.
My God.
Unbelievable.
Well, considering that he's trying to censor me, it was the least that he could do.
I mean, it is the least that he can do.
It is the least.
No, I don't run with the devil. That's the whole point. Like, we don't want to run with the devil with Moms for Freedom. That's not keeping us safe or free.
So the song would be...
You still believe in the satanic panic, Jill?
I believe that the devil / Satan is a real being that is amongst us. Of course.
Interesting.
Yeah, well,
yeah, that's an of course answer.
I
feel... I'm sure you have. I'm sure that he's trying to lead this way.
I was at a Scorpion show right around the time that A Wind of Change came out, which was a CIA operation that I created when I was working for the CIA. And
Why did you leave the CIA to go into radio, I wonder?
I did them both at the same time.
Yeah,
I'm a multitasker. A lot of kids today don't want to say that they multitask, but when it comes down to tasking and multitasking, I do them both at the same time.
Ultimately, the CIA doesn't take up much time.
Doesn't take much time.
No,
it's like
it's kind of like a part-time gig.
2 hours a week at least. So I'm with the Scorps. And the singer of the Scorps is like, I went down to Gonky Park and I saw a friend. And his friend was Satan.
His friend was Satan.
That makes absolute sense.
And his friend was like, it's Gorky, not Gonky.
Oh.
He's like, thank you.
Well, Thank you. I'm in the Scorpions. Oh, yeah.
Every bad impulse, every bad thing that we do comes from an actual physical Satan. That's the truth. And so the fact that he called it Gonky Park.
No. You said it wrong. You said it's Gonky Punk.
Gonky Punk.
Down to Gonky Punk. Which is also my favorite game store here in Val Verde. You can go down there. It's Gonky Punk
Park?
itself. No, it's Gonky Punk, which is it's like a ping pong place. You go play ping pong, and they've got
Gonky Punk.
They've got now Gonky Punk itself is a game that is a mixture of ping pong and miniature golf. You got
a little bit of Settlers of Catan in there.
Little bit of Settlers in Catan in there.
A little bit of Catan.
There's a tiny dash of. Are you going to find Settlers of Catan in any of the candy given out to the safe and free children tonight in Val Verde for Halloween?
You will not, but you will find candy inside a candy.
Come on.
Well, that one sounds actually kind of good.
That sounds, what are we talking?
It's the worst of all.
Really? Why would that be so bad?
Because it's a lie. And lies are against America.
Lies are tools of the devil.
Lies
the devil's
are
been lying to us left and right in Gonky Punk.
Oh,
so what you're going to get, you're going to get like a Hershey bar. But inside the Hershey bar is a Twizzler. Those go together.
Two of the worst candies that have ever existed together.
I'm going to throw
just the worst chocolate with the driest licorice you have ever had.
Exactly. And not even a strawberry. Not even a strawberry Twizzler or cherry.
Oh, one of those chocolate Twizzlers that you can only get at Chocolate World in Hershey World, Pennsylvania. My God.
That's the trick. That's the trick that's happening. It's not a treat. That's the trick. That's why
I've always said that the devil is the one that's pumping out the smell of chocolate in Hershey, Pennsylvania to make you all come to Chocolate World.
He did tell me that. He did tell me that when I was hanging with the Scorpions.
And he's like, put a pin in that wisp. I got to go talk to Slow Hand. And like, of course you do, man.
Yeah, of course you're hanging out with Clapton. And I'm like, hey, Satan, I met the real Frankenstein. And he's like, he could care less.
He could care less. Satan doesn't care about the real Frankenstein.
So are you going to be out on Hogg Street tonight? Are you going to be out on Soundgarden Boulevard? Where are you going to be stationed tonight, Jill Jergens?
I am going to be at church. Like I said, I'm going to be at church. I'm going to be reading the Bible.
These notes, Scotty.
I mean, I'm not going to lie, though. It doesn't seem like that would be helpful to the children.
The children are going to come and read the Bible with us.
Like, no, they're not. They're not.
It's not happening. I'm telling you.
Every year. My children will be there. My children.
I'm sure you're going to pile them in the corner.
Cindy's.
Brandon, the two
Cindy's,
Jills.
Brandon's, two whatever.
Brahms the boy is going to be there.
Two
Brahms
Cindy's.
comes to life every Halloween. He's like,
two Cindy's, three Brandons, one Liz.
My God.
Get it right or pay the price.
And they're all American
That
Girl
is also
dolls,
a saying of the Baptist Church is get it right or pay a price.
You'll have fun.
You'll have fun. Well, Jill, any final advice for Halloween?
Fentanyl. Everywhere. It's everywhere.
Oh, I thought you were saying
you were suggesting it.
Fentanyl is going to help your Halloween.
Wow, okay. So
it's going to hurt your Halloween. And it's
killed Prince and Tom Petty.
It killed Prince. And the problem is we are right at the minute when most people turn off our show because they've arrived at work and there's that 5-minute gap where they have to go in, get their coffee, maybe take a quick leak, and then turn it back on. Yeah. So now they're sitting there going, all right, I guess I got to take fentanyl at the Baptist church tonight.
That's what I got to do.
This is again, if you need to come to the church, you need to read the Bible, but don't touch the Bible because there's fentanyl in the Bibles.
Oh. What am I going to read?
You got to bring your own Bible.
Oh, it's a BYOB.
Check out that audiobook that Skeet Ulrich does of the Bible. It's one of those fantastic. He's actually going to be on in the next hour, reading us Ecclesiastes.
Jeez, wow.
For Halloween.
For Halloween.
Why are we doing this, Scotty?
Great Halloween. Farmer Dan's coming in also in the next hour. He wanted to talk about the hottest Halloween movies he's ever seen.
Oh, my God. That would have been gross and long. If he
gross and long had he been in this hour.
I believe is also one of the Skinamax movies he was very into was Gross and Long.
He's ways. What is that, Dan? Okay, I can't really understand what he's saying. He sounds like
something about Mimi Rogers, and then it just like, geez, he just zoned out.
Oh my God! Well, thank you for being on here, Jill Jergens. Have fun at church tonight. My God. Yeah. Happy Halloween, everybody. Happy Halloween. And you know what? There's kids that love the candy, and they love eating candy, and I would say that those kids could be referred to as children of the candy. Does that make sense?
It kind of makes sense. Do you have something that could prove
And then
this thesis?
there are kids that hang out in a graveyard way too long.
Okay.
And I refer to them as children of the grave.
Now I get what you're saying.
Yeah, very good. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween,
slobs.
people.
Happy Halloween, slobs.
Don't take fentanyl.
Don't take fentanyl. Maybe don't go to that church. 7 Hawk.